Hey people, CzarThwomp here and welcome to episode 28 of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Last time, Phoenix wants to get hit a dead end in regard to Yanni's memory, and this time he's decided to go and cross-examine a parrot. Yes, one of the most famed moments of the Ace Attorney series, where Phoenix is cross-examining a parrot. Anyways, let's press. Witness! You can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her.
Right. What should I say?
No. Okay. You would think, okay, let's say, have we forgotten something? Remember, 2 days ago.
Polly, have we forgotten something? Squawk! Don't forget the L6. Squawk!
I know, Greg, my Polly voice starts to sound like my Monokuma voice.
I'm a parrot now! I have to come back wherever I can in CzarThwomp's playthroughs, because he's not voicing me anymore.
If I can get Polly to say that here, that will prove that the caretaker had something to do with the L6.
Polly, have we forgotten something? Hello? What? That's not what you're supposed to say! Forgot something, we forgot! Hello? Squawk? Uh-oh, it's not working, Nick, she won't say it!
This is ridiculous, why won't she say it? Something the matter, Mr. Wright? That's right! Manfred retrained the parrot! Okay, people are always saying that, are always amazed that, and shocked that Phoenix would basically always talk about how Phoenix is cross-examining a parrot, how Phoenix felt that was a good idea and just was really going out of left field. But yet no one mentions how Manfred actually considered that possibility and went through the trouble of retraining the parrot in order to cover his own ass. Literally just... But no one mentions this, that Manfred retrained the parrot! Wait, don't tell me that Von Karma expected this. He couldn't have retrained that parrot, could he? Yes, he could, because he's Manfred. He trained her not to respond when asked if we'd forgotten anything? Literally, Manfred! Okay, you have to go back here, and you have to press the other two options. Thankfully, we have the other things. Okay, go into the DL6 case file and check things out. We have the case summary. We'll have the case summary. And we will have... Okay, where is it? And the suspect data. Those are the two we're going to be dealing with. I want you to testify. Yes, Maya, you talk to her. Yes. What's your name? This one is a really good one as well. This is just a good cross-examination general. Maybe I should get her to say her name.
Polly, what's your name? Polly, Squawk?
Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity? Of course. Because if you look in the court file, you will see in the suspect data that after his arrest, Polly Jenkins, Yanni's fiancée, committed suicide. Fun fact, I actually nicknamed my Gengar after Polly. In fact, a lot of my competitive Pokemon I have nicknamed after Ace Attorney characters. Phoenix the Articuno, Maya the Hippowdon. I haven't nicknamed any Pokemon after Manfred though, because really, they're not perfect enough to be Manfred. I do have yeah, I forget which one I nicknamed Edgeworth. I think I nicknamed my Pawniard Edgeworth. I remember it. And okay, let me think of others I nicknamed. Okay, this is a little awkward. Oh yeah, I nicknamed an Alakazam after Yuri Cosmos. I nicknamed a Weavile after Franziska. Fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity. Then justice proof.
Nick, don't you think you're taking the brother too far?
Listen, We're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof that the parrot's name is that it's revealed in the case file. The DL6 case file? That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is the proof on then? Show us or stop wasting our time. Very well. Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to the parrot's name? It's in the suspect data. It's on the suspect data page. This page is all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see? Indeed, it does say that, yes. What was his fiancée's name? Polly Jenkins. Polly. Exactly, Your Honor. He remembered the name of his fiancée who committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her. I see. I guess that is possible. Bah! A mere coincidence, that's all! My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix life, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé? And this actually does, and this line right here proves that Manfred, that some woman out there was willing to do the deed with Manfred at least twice. That's right. Manfred has 2 children. One who we meet in the next game, Francisca, who is Maya's age, and an older sibling. Typically the fanbase likes to assume that it's a sister. But because Manfred being, well, Manfred wanting to pass on the family name, and really no one can never picture Manfred just, like he gets a son, he'd stop, he'd just one child, that's it. But he just kept going, 7 years, he just kept going. And plus, like, it's just, unless of course Francisca had a child when she was 10, oh yeah, that would just be, that would be just something for Manfred. She's only 7 years old! Indeed. Alone, it is a weak statement. It is a weak for evidence of murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence. Where am I going to find that?
Nick, we're getting closer. One more. We can get one more piece of evidence.
Right, but what? Very well, witness. You may continue. I'm trying. We need to, yes. I accidentally pressed the A button. I was trying to skip through. I was trying to get back. Yes, Maya, what you say. And now we're going to do the safe number. Maybe I'll get her to say the number of that safe.
Huh? The safe? Why?
Let's just try to get her to say something, okay?
Polly, what's the number to the safe in the shack? 1228. 1228.
My, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker. Actually, it does. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it. Ha! Ridiculous! How can a number to a safe that is who the caretaker is? Show us your proof! What could possibly link the number to the caretaker's true identity? DL6 case file. The DL6 case file? What is this obsession you have with that case? Mr. Wright, where in this file is something related to the safe number? The case summary itself. It's on the case summary page. The case summary? Specifically, the date on which the DL6 incident occurred. The date of the incident, December 28th. Why, that's today's date, 15 years ago. And the number on that safe is 1228. Oh! He used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him. I see, it certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates. Bah! This is no tangible proof! I set my ATM card number to 0001 because I'm number 1! And then that's when Manfred's funds were completely tapped. Literally, this guy had a perfect record for 4 years, and yet he's spouting off his ATM number. Of course, Manfred could be lying about any of these things, but actually, surprisingly enough, Manfred is the proof one. But Manfred, I could picture that being his ATM code. And then just meanwhile, in the audience, just Blaze, he's just shaking his head, he's like, see, Von Karma, you know, Von Karma, this is why your funds get tapped every month. This is why your identity keeps getting stolen, you know. This has nothing to do with the debt. Nothing! That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here. This is a mere coincidence. That's all! True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seem more like a pattern to me. What are you saying? Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately! Why is my judge voice drifting into my Grossberg voice? Witness, tell us your name. Wait! This witness, he doesn't remember! No, it's okay. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done.
Nick, you look totally different!
This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years. Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court. Order! Yanni Yogi. So, was it you who killed Robert Hammond? And tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So, I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. He won the trial. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancée, my social standing. Then, this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It's a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance after 15 years. This was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge with Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth himself? Anyways, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Yeah, Yogi, surprisingly enough, was one of the few culprits who actually doesn't have a real breakdown. His closest thing to a breakdown is when he's like, "Oh, that Edgeworth boy did it," and he just falls back. But that, in my personal opinion, that's not really a breakdown. Von Karma, where's Mr. Yogi? On the list, Joanna. I saw no room for L in his confession. Then the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is innocent, in this case at least. But even then, at this point, Manfred lost. Manfred lost. His grand plan was shattered. Sure, Manfred had the chance of striking down Edgeworth still, but that doesn't mean that his perfect. But even then, his perfect record is in shambles. 40 years of guilty verdicts gone. He now has the blotch of an acquittal on his record. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? That's because while he's trying to remain calm, he's secretly having a mental breakdown and plotting your murder, Phoenix. Literally, he's probably planning so many things. Giant rock hanging above your doorway, hitting you with his car, hiring an assassin. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. And then remember, what is this confetti? What is this? Why is it coming from the sky? Because really, this would be the first time Manfred's seen the confetti. Unless, of course, he watches other trials in which they actually get the non-guilty. That is all. The court is adjourned. Did someone just say objection? It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means no. Edgeworth! Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What do you mean? I'm not innocent at all. As we've heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what?
Nick! Edgeworth is trying to confess! He's going to say he's guilty! He's going to tell them he was the murderer in the TR6 incident! He didn't see the body hole in the glass, Nick! Really, Nick? What the hell? Why did he see the body hole? It's obvious, even I can see it, Nick! He's going to tell them that he killed his own dad!
Uh-oh, what do I do? Raise objection! The judgment's already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's offers. Didn't something like this happen yesterday too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. That would be Larry. We must hear this new statement. We must hear Mr. Edgeworth. He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot. It wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer. The criminal in the DL6 incident. It was me! Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me! Too bad they didn't have like a looping point to have Edgeworth pointing back at himself. That'd been glorious. Just Edgeworth. I object to myself! Order! Order! This is certainly unexpected. The defendant, declared innocent, is convicted with different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. Bah! It's obvious. We told the child right here, right now. We tried his mouth for his crime for 15 years ago. I think it would be, I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned. December 28th, 2:24 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all your efforts. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, pal! I mean, you killed your dad! It was an accident, Gumshoe! I didn't want to believe myself, Detective, but it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy! Just crazy!
Nick, what are you doing?
Huh? Oh. I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready.
Your case for what?
Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted it! He confessed that he did it! In court! I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right. December 28th, 2:30 p.m. District Court to courtroom number 3. Then I would like to resume our trial. Judge! Miles Edgeworth has admitted to his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, through pointless, let the defense do the cross-examining. The statute of limitations of the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. I want to savor my victory over Gregory. I see. Does the defense have any objections? No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? I don't think Manfred was anticipating the not guilty verdict for the whole Robert Hammond trial. I think Manfred was more or less anticipating to get a guilty, and then really get the DL6 would be the cherry on top, where Edgeworth would admit to the crime and get a double guilty. Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth, I am a prosecuting attorney. Ha! You are ashamed of the profession. You lost 2 trials, one of which involved a children's TV show actor. Mr. Sorry. What the hell are you using the judge voice on me? I should taser your ass. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Though frankly, I met the guy and you did a great service for us all. Literally, I could just imagine Manfred just pretending that Edgeworth did kill Gregory and just being like, you are a hero to us all, you killed the worst man in the universe. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get to work.
Please, please!
The DL6 incident. That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As he went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. At that, a moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember to this day. That's all. And until now, you thought this memory was a dream. We are stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events. Bah! The same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. The DL6 incident. What was the trial your father was involved in on that day? I don't remember things very clearly. All I can remember is that it involved a singing dessert chef. Only 2 things. I know my father lost, and Mr. Montgomery was the prosecuting attorney. Mr. Montgomery, you were handling that case? It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the details. Except I was screwed. I was screwed big time. The body was not at the scene. No one told me the body was missing. I had to go all out with that fake autopsy report. Damn rock-salt lamp. And then meanwhile, just while we're talking about this case, then Gustavia, he's in Zangfa, he's making desserts and just laughing. I am sensing in various ways that people are talking about my case. They are talking about my great endeavor when I hit over on the head with the rock lamp. Cassie's just laughing. Okay, as we went... Yeah, that's gonna be a fun case when we do it. So, there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in the elevator. Yes, myself, my father, and Yana Yogi. We were fine at first, but then the time passed and no one came to help. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. What did you do then? I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? Use logic, Edgeworth, because you are the logical god of this world. Play logic chess with Yana Yogi. Oh my god, I can just imagine how that logic chess would go. I need to calm Mr. Yogi down. My hair, where's my hair? All that. I was scared trembling in the car, but then... Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. What was it? A pistol. I assume it was the bailiff, Yana Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from his holster. And you picked it up. What happened next? I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it? I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous, but the air was getting so thick, I panicked. So you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi? I was in a daze. A moment later, there was a single gunshot and a scream. This is where... Actually, no, I want to press this one at the very least. I'll press all of them. The gun fired once? Yes. I think, after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. The scream. It's a terrible scream. I remember to this very day. To this day? Yes. I can practically hear it now. I doubt I will ever forget that scream as long as I live. There it is. One part of that testimony clearly contradicts the evidence, but I don't know what it means. I better find out quick. I know what it is. I've been saying this the whole time. Anyways, I know this is a little early for one of my videos, but the next episode is going to be the final thing for this chapter, and then it's going to involve some closure. It's going to involve the credits, and then we're going to get the 5th and final episode. Yay! and the longest episode to boot, so that's gonna be a real ride. Anyways, I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer, and I hope you come back for the next one. If you like the video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want. I'll see you later. Bye.